What are you looking for today? A guide or a map? Thank you for joining me today across the table as we begin to apply God's Word to our lives. In 2015, me and my wife had an incredible opportunity to go to Haiti on a mission trip. We were sent there by Children's Lifeline to help support their ministry that was going on in La Digue, to love on some orphans and to help orphanages in whatever way that we could. It was an incredible 7 days. But I got to tell you, on day 4, we were really challenged and really tested. One thing that every week that they do for their mission is that they take their group of missionaries up to the top of this mountain to a village that was super remote. I'm talking 3 hours by car, or you could opt out of the car ride and take a ginormous hike up this mountain. I'm talking about 5 hours of just straight climbing in the heat, up this rocky terrain, literally just switchbacking back and forth. But we got this incredible moment though where we did finally get to the top. We pushed through. It was extremely difficult though. There was many breaks that had to be taken. I think at one point we were like, I don't even know how much water that I have left. Kind of some freak out moments here with us. But we were able to really relax and enjoy it. You see, whenever we took off, we didn't take off by ourselves. We didn't even take off and know really even how to get there or where we were going. All we were told was we have to leave by 7 a.m. And from that point, from 7 a.m., all we did was follow a guide. We didn't get a map. We didn't have any sort of clue where we were going, how long it was going to take. All we did was put our faith and trust in our guide to get us from our compound up to the village on top of that mountain. The guide was everything. He meant everything to us. His name was Julson. I can still remember him to this day. Incredible heart for Jesus and an incredible just leader for us during that time. But we put our faith and trust in Julson to get us from point A to point B up this mountain. And it really made me wonder, really made me start thinking about, what are we looking for with God? Are we looking for God to give us this roadmap? We know that life is going to have its ups and downs, and we know that there's going to be many challenges, but are we looking for God to give us a roadmap, or are we looking for God to be our guide? Whenever I was reflecting on this, it took me back to this story whenever God literally was leading the Israelites out of Egypt, and they said that it's just a quick journey, about an 11-day journey from Egypt to the actual promised land, but God brought them into the wilderness. It says, after leaving Succoth, they camped at Etham, on the edge of the desert. By day the Lord went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud to guide them on their way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, so that they could travel by day or night. Neither the pillar of cloud by day nor the pillar of fire by night left its place in front of the people. Notice that God does not give Israel a map and a schedule. Instead, He gives them His presence as a guide. They did not know how long they were going to be in the wilderness. They did not know where they were even going, but all they had was the cloud by day and the fire by night to guide them through the wilderness. Sometimes we just want to get to the destination, but it's through the process of getting to that place that God is trying to teach us something. And so today I want to encourage you and remind you that God does not give us a map. He doesn't show us the valleys that we will have to go through or through our lives. He doesn't even show us the great mountaintops that we're going to get to experience in our life. What He does promise us, no matter what we're going through, whether it be COVID-19, whether it be some sort of sickness or disease or a loss of a loved one, or maybe just a difficult time in your marriage or a difficult time with your kids, it doesn't matter what you're going through. God will not give you a roadmap to get through that. He will not give you a roadmap to say, if you do this, this will end up happening. But what He does promise you is that He will be with you and that His presence will be there the entire time to guide you through whatever you are going through. So I want to encourage you that His presence is our guide. But here's the application today. Are we willing to trust? Are we willing to trust our guide? Are we willing to trust God in every situation? Or are we going to continue to just go in our own way and continue to just seek out this map that doesn't exist? But God is simply calling us to trust Him and to have faith that He is 100% in control and that He's going to get us to our destination.